Alright, to continue part 2, we're working on Microsoft Word, and we're going to be talking about the Insert tab. On the Insert tab you have a cover page, which means if you have a cover page that you've already completed that's in your documents or on your desktop, you can click here and go to it and import it. A blank page, you can insert a blank page, put your cursor here, wherever it's flashing. Click that blank page, and now you have a new blank page. If you want to start a cover letter at the beginning of your paper, you talk about your name, the day you wrote it, the author, if you're talking about anything like that, references, anything you put on a cover page, you would put there. Your page break, what you would do with that is you simply go, actually I'm going to get rid of these blank pages. Just simply click your undo button. You have undo and you have redo. Undo your last transaction, and that gets rid of the blank pages I put in. Back to the page breaks. You get onto the bottom of the page and say you have a paragraph. Your last paragraph ends up on the next page. So instead of splitting up the paragraph, you can simply come up here, put your cursor, hit page break, and that moves it down. So what that does is it tells your printer what to print on each page. Wherever the page break is, your printer will stop printing and it will go to the new page and it will start printing on the second page. Tables, you want to insert a table. Let's say we're going to put a table here. Go to tables, put your cursor on the first button on the top left, hold your left mouse button down. You can go over, have as many blocks as you want. You can come down however you want, and when you get what you need, you let go of the button and it will insert that table. Now for an example, say you want to talk about people that get injured and how people get injured, just for an example. You can put up here swimming pools, boating, housework, people working around the house, so on and so forth. And then here you can put in 2010, 2011, 2012, and then you can put your statistics in here. 65, 103, 37, and the same thing here, 64, 75, 152, 103, 39, and 45. And then you have it. You have your years, your accidents, and how many times people have gotten hurt doing specific things. Back to insert. That's your tables. Pictures. You want to insert a picture from your computer. On your computer you have a file called pictures, and that's where you store all your pictures and download all your pictures to. If there's a picture on there you want to add to your paper, whatever you're talking about. If you're on vacation and you want to add a picture to the beginning of your story, you put your cursor where you want your picture, click on pictures, it brings you to your picture file on your computer, click on the picture you want, and there it goes, it inserts it on the paper. You can also resize your picture, let go of it. Oh, that might be a little too small. Make that a little bigger. That kind of got a little distorted. That's a little better. Actually, just make that a little bigger so you can see it. There you go. And then if you want, you can put your cursor after the picture, hit enter, and that moves your writing down, your text down. You can also go back to insert, Go to clip art. Your clip art is default pictures that come with Microsoft Office. It's a list of all kinds of different things. You can put in, say you're on vacation, you can put in Grand Canyon, Cayman Islands, anything you want. You can put in computers if you want pictures, whatever you want a picture of. You type it in that box, click on go, give it a minute to load, and it gives you a whole bunch of pictures to choose from. And after it loads, you pick one that you like, and double click on it, and it inserts it on your paper. Now when you're done, if you're done, click on this little X and get rid of that box. Come back to your picture, resize your picture, so that they're similar. Come back here and you can make them the same, like so. Now you have two pictures. You can put your cursor between the pictures. Hit your space bar, space them out a little bit, and there you go. You can keep clicking enter if you want, or use space bar, and it can put the picture below pictures, or you can hit your back button, move it back up, back to our insert tab, clip shapes, pick any shape you want, whatever you want to do. Just simply double click on whatever picture you want. There's a little smiley face in there. Let's just pick a box, a square. Come over to where you want it and just click once, and it puts a box on your paper. Now you can put your cursor on the box, hold your left mouse button down, move it around wherever you want, reshape it, make a rectangle. Make a rectangle. You can put it in the middle. If you want, you can put your cursor on the middle of the box, right click, and you can go to add text. There's all kinds of options. Hyperlinks, numbers, lookups, all kinds of things you can do. But you're just going to simply add text, and you can put in, "This is my vacation," just for an example. And like all text, you can highlight and change the color. All kinds of colors. You click on the box here, there's all kinds of colors here. Mix the background, change your background. You can change your font colors. Come up here to where it says font color. Click on your little arrow for different colors. If you want to find things that are readable, go through, try different colors. If you're using a background and you're using font colors, it's recommended you want a light background and dark font colors, just so everything's clear and readable and so everything like that, so people aren't straining to read what you're trying to write. And back to insert, shapes, smart art, that's just drawing pictures. And that actually inserted it. If you want to get rid of something, which it just added that I didn't really want it to, say I want to get rid of this, you just click on it so the box is lit up, and you just click cut, and it takes that out. Charts, you can add charts. You get your chart pops up, and they give you default settings, stuff like that. Say you want to use your injury chart, you can click on this and put in 2010, 2011, 2012, and then you put in swimming pools. Click your tab button or click on the box, whichever you want to do. What was the other one? Boating and house repairs. Then you can come down here, and we're going to talk about the decimals for a minute. And this works on all the different programs, whether you're in PowerPoint, Excel, Word, any of them. What you want to do is you want to put your cursor on the top left box, hold your left mouse button down, highlight a whole area, right click, go to numbers, and then you go to numbers. And you want, because you're working with whole numbers, you're not working with decimals, you can just simply click the down arrow till it goes to 0, click OK. Now they were working with percentages, so they had 0.4, 0.7, 0.8, whatever it was here. If you're working with dollar signs, you need 2 decimals, so you could right click, go to numbers, and set it for 2 decimals. So then you can work with numbers and dollars and stuff like that. What you want to do is put whatever your figures are in here. $103, anything you want, 99, 200. You could actually use the same numbers that are here, but you get the gist of it. And then when you click close, you have your graph. And you can obviously move the graphs around. If you want to make this organized. There you go. Now you got your pictures lined up. And all I'm doing is you put your cursor before the picture that you want to move. Hit your space bar. Back button and delete button to move things around. You want to move this down. Move it over in the center. Hold your space bar down. What else do we have? Charts. Hyperlink. A hyperlink is if you want to add a web page to your page. Like say you're on vacation in Arizona. You want to add a link to this page. You can simply click on that. Hyperlink. And on the bottom you would type in www.arizona.com. Click OK or enter. And now this picture actually has a hyperlink to it. So what you do is when someone puts their cursor on it, see how it says click, hold control, click the following link. So you hold your control button down and you click once on your mouse. And that will bring you to your web page. So if you're on vacation and there was a hotel you stayed at that you really liked that had a web page, you could put in www.Arizona Resort or whatever the hotel is, and when people go to your page, when they're looking at your paper, they can click and they can actually go to that web page. Bookmarks, that's just to import bookmarks from other places on your computer, your browser, stuff like that. You have bookmarks or favorites, you can import them. Headers, footers, if you want to add a header, you can add a header to it. If you want to make this part of your header, you can put your cursor at the top, go to headers, and they give you a variety of different headers, however you want. You want just a blank one, you want text, anything you want. There's all different styles. Just click on the one you want and it inserts that in there. And you can add your text to the top. Same thing with your footer. And go to the bottom. Click somewhere on the page. This is actually adding the footer already. And then you can add your footers in there. This is all the different settings. You can go in and play around with it with your footers. Go to footer, go to header, brings you back to the beginning of the page, end of the page. Different styles, designs, sizes, margins. Close header and footer. Go back to your insert page. What else? Page numbers. If you want them on the top, the bottom, margins. They give you choices. You can just simply, if you want it on the top, you can choose the left, the middle, the right, wherever you want it. You want it in the middle of the page. There you go, page 1 at the bottom. Page 2, you can put it at the top. You can put it in the corner, wherever you want it. Page 1 at the top, left side. Text box, you can add a text box. You can put writing in there. You want to scroll down to the second page, add a title in here. You could add a text box, put in a title, what you're talking about. Say your first page talks about how people get hurt in swimming pools. Your second page talks about how people get hurt boating. Your third page talks about how people get hurt doing housework. You can put in a little text box and put a title page on each page. Word art, that's just fancy word art. Find a place to put this to show you. Say you want to insert something right here. Get rid of a couple of these footers. What else we got here? Go back to the beginning. Go to your word art. Pick something you want. These are just fancy styles. Once you click on it, then it asks you what you want to put here. You can put in how people get hurt boating, and then you click OK, and then you get a fancy little design up here. And you can put that anywhere. You can do that, go to the next page and do the same thing. How do people get hurt doing house repairs, things like that. Date and time, you could have the date and time at the beginning of the page or the end of the page. Objects, those are just different sample objects you can insert. Symbols, just a variety of symbols you can use, you can insert on your page using examples and stuff like that. More symbols, all kinds of symbols. Again, just double click on something and it will add that symbol. Good, easy enough, huh? Alright, play around with it. Go to your insert button, insert pictures, clip arts, all kinds of things like that, anything you want to do. And again, if you have any questions with anything, you want a specific topic you want to talk about, feel free to email me. There's a contact button on the web page at the top of your My Account page. You can send me an email, or you can go to my forum and type in a little note from there, and I can answer you from there. And if you go to the forum, it's nice because other students can read what you write, and they can give replies, and I can give replies, and it's nice. We can talk back and forth. Next, we're going to talk about page layouts.